guys, I'm Chandni and you're watching the Art of Science. Tomorrow, 14th March is International Pi Day. Oops, sorry. Tomorrow is Pi Day. And we here at the Art of Science are going to understand what this mathematical holiday is about and also what is pi and what is so special about this number. So let's get right into it. For this, let's go 2300 years back to ancient Greece, where Greek mathematicians were trying to figure out circles. Circles are very interesting figures because you see, for any other shape, we can easily find the length of the side and hence the perimeter and area. But how would you do that for circles? Well, after lots and lots of brainstorming, they realized that there is some kind of relationship between the circumference of the circle and the diameter of the circle. Circumference is the perimeter of the circle. Basically, it's the border or the edge of the shape. And the diameter is the longest chord inside the circle, which passes through the center and divides the circle into two equal halves. They soon realized that for every single circle, the ratio of circumference and diameter was constant, no matter the size of the circle. And the answer to all these questions related to circles lies in this constant ratio that we call pi. Pi is super important and it is used to calculate every measurement related to circles. Today we are going to do 3 super simple experiments to understand what pi is. And to all those who say that math can't be fun, today we are going to explore the fun side of mathematics and learn about circles and pi with your food favorites: a pizza pie, a crunchy biscuit and a round roti. Now here I have a thick cardboard sheet which is wrapped in paper. And here I am going to draw the diameter of the biscuit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this biscuit and mark the diameters across this paper. This is 1 diameter, 2 diameters, 3 and 4. Now that we have the biscuit's diameter lined out, I'm going to add a little arrow here that will represent the starting and the ending point. I'm going to use a needle and rotate the circle across this line so that we complete one whole rotation and come back to our arrow. So the circumference lies between 3 and 4 diameters. Now this value would approximately be 3.5 diameters, which means this would be about 3.25. And so our point would be around 3.1 diameter. But this isn't very precise, is it? It just gives you a very approximate number. So let's move on to more experiments, and now we'll involve some numbers. And the pizza is here to help us out. The diameter of the pizza is 7 inches. I'm going to take these colorful papers and cut them as long as the diameter. Now I'm going to use some thumb pins and pin these papers across the edge of our pizza, which is basically the circumference of the circle. There goes the second diameter. And if you notice, after wrapping the third diameter, there is a little gap remaining. Let's cut the strip to be as long as the gap, and that's it. Our diameters have successfully wrapped around the circumference of the pizza. So we have wrapped 3 whole diameters and a little more. Let's measure what that little more is. Okay, so that's about 0.99 inches, which is exactly 0.14 of 7 inches. So that means we have wrapped 3.14 diameters around our pizza. We are going to do our third and final experiment with this small roti. I have wrapped this roti with a beaded chain, and the diameter of this entire thing comes to be 10 centimeters. Now if I start at 0 and simply open up the circumference of the circle, the circumference is ending at 31.4 centimeters. Now 31.4 divided by 10, which is the diameter, gives us 3.14, which are the first two digits of pi after the decimal point. Now, if science has taught us anything, is that we need to repeat our experiments multiple times till we get the same results. Did you notice that in our first example, we took the entire circle and rotated it across the line? In our second example or experiment, we had a flexible diameter that wrapped around the circle. And in the third experiment, we had a flexible circumference that opened up to be around 3.14 times the diameter. And in all these three unique and interesting experiments and different sizes of circles, we ended up on the same number for pi, which was 3.14. But in fact, pi is an irrational number, which means it goes on forever without the digits repeating. Pi goes on and on and on till infinity. But generally in school, we use the first three digits of pi, which are 3.14. And that brings me to the date 314, which is 14th March. And this is why internationally we celebrate this mathematical holiday, which is the Pi Day on 14th of March. Now, before we end today's video, I have a very fun riddle for you. So tell me, if you were getting one large 16-inch pizza for the same price as two small 10-inch pizzas, which one would you choose? Which one do you think would give you more pizza? Make sure you give me your answers in the comment section below. And if you want to know the answer, check out our video on areas of circles that we made in collaboration with QMaths. I'll link it up here in the end screen and in the description box as well. Thank you for joining us on our Pi Day celebration, and we'll see you next week.